Yo, what's up, man? What's up, people? What's going on? Once again, welcome to a new week. Hope you're prepared, energized for this new week, and ready to catch some peeps. Right? Last week, we really had an amazing week with the team, and we are hoping this week we have more better moves. Right? So let's see how it goes. As usual, we're going to start with some fundamentals analysis. Let's see. Last week we had CPI. And let's see what we have this week. We hope to see the movements that continue last week to continue affecting the market. So we're just going to highlight and see the most important. Yeah, let's see plus and filter. So yeah, so we're going to have Tuesday 15. Monday we have no news. Tuesday 15 we're going to have GBP. Pay attention to this. We're going to see Claremont plan change, which is this news. What's it basically saying? It is changing the number of people claiming unemployment related benefits during the previous month, right? So you need to understand, if this news comes out less than forecast, then it's good for the currency, right? So we have CAD CPI coming out. I do trade GBPCAD, so I have to pay attention to this. So we have USD core retail sales also coming out. Pay attention to this. And we also have on Wednesday GBP CPI coming out, and we have FOMC readings on Wednesday as well. So it's really going to be an amazing week. A lot of fundamentals to push the market. As I always say, the fundamentals are just going to back up your technical analysis, right? So yeah, so pay attention to this. But my expectation is what happened last week. We saw the US dollar. If you want, let's just go back and see what happened. So last week, which one did we see? We saw on Friday we had core PPI came out positive. US dollar strong. So yeah, the reason is because we have last reading we had 0.1, and this video where we have 3 point something percent. This gives us an indication that yeah, maybe the previous month, the next month coming, the November month, we might see the Fed increasing interest rates, right? That's what we might be expecting, because inflation is still relatively high, right? So yeah, I'm still expecting the dollar to be still strong. So if the dollar is strong, what are we expecting on the other pairs like gold? We're expecting them to fall, right? Any paired with the United States dollar, right? So that's that. So still having some bullish sentiment on the dollar as well. So with that bias, I would say just make sure your technicals are strong as well, right? Before the fundamentals can back you up, right? So as usual, we will start with GBPJPY, you move on to GBPCAD, GBPUSD, gold, and then finally US30, right? Those are the pairs I focus on. But regardless, if you want me to touch on any pair, just comment in the section. I will do a breakdown for you on that, right? Also feel free to join the Telegram community. The link is in the bio. I'm going to add a link. We share free analysis there where you can benefit from that if you don't have money to pay for premium. Right? Also very educative content find on my Telegram channel. Right? Still very new. So join the team. Let's make it to the top together. Yeah, so we are going to start with GBP JPY. As usual, where do we start from? Right, we will start from the weekly time frame to see overall direction. Where is the market heading to? Right, so if we are looking on the weekly time frame, what can we see? We can see that we are might have to remove this nice. Let me see. Remove all joints for now. Good. So what can we see on GBP JPY? Currently, we can see that the market is currently testing at a resistance zone, right? So this is a zone where we're currently at, right? We've really been on a bullish run on GBPJPY so far for the past how many weeks. We've been on an uptrend, right? I still maintain my uptrend bias on GBPJPY. I'm still very bullish on that. So right now, first thing you have to do is to mark up your zones, right? I'm just basically teaching you how I trade. So mark up your zone on the higher time frame. When you're able to mark up this zone, then you know where the market might be heading to and where you should be targeting to get your trades, right? So you can see we are currently testing at a key significant zone, right? So what are your expectations? Here we are. So just optimize this zone. Let me see. Yeah, so we are currently testing at this zone. That was on the weekly time frame, so I'm still expecting price to hit a bit here. And if we my bias is to see GBPJPY come up to this zone, that is 195.13, right? But we might see that sooner or later, right? So this price might have to react here if there's a breakout in then. So we need to see price taking out this zone 187, then you can now see the final movement to this zone. regardless, let's see how price is going to break out of this zone this week. So what I know is price is heading to this zone, so 184.79 or say 185, right? If we want to use that or use our psychological levels there, we're going to say that is 185, right? So 185.00. Let's see what that gives us. Perfect. See, it is clearly aligned. So price is heading to 185 right now. So with that bias on the weekly time frame, so if you scroll down, we see that where is our recent low the market actually just came out from breakout. So this is the recent low we have in here. Good. So now let's go to the daily time frame. Continue our analysis. Yeah, on the daily time frame, you can see where price is currently at. So don't focus again on this side. We already have our chart marked up here, right? So on the daily time frame, what do we have, right? You can see clearly that market is currently testing this level, right? This level almost July, right? So we are currently in August, right? So a breakout of this zone. So let's see how price breaks out of this zone, right? Let's see how price breaks out of this zone. Currently rejecting there, right? It is possible we might have a push to the downside like this, then have a possible market upgrade into the upside, right? That is what might actually still happen, right? But let's see if price gets to break out of this zone. Our target is 185, right? Breaking out of 185, we might see some consolidation here like this, price rejecting, then boom to the downside before actually shooting to the upside, right? So pay attention to this particular zone. Let's see how price breaks out of this zone, right? So with that on the daily time frame, we know we are currently at this zone. We need to see how price is going to react here. I'm going to have push the downside again before price actually heading to the upside, right? So for my bias to change to be a bearish bias, I have to see price actually taking out all of this zone like this before I will say I'm in a downtrend on GBPJPY. Regardless, I'm looking for more bias opportunities, right? So looking at the 4-hour, what do we have on the 4-hour? What do we have on our 4-hour? So looking at the 4-hour, as you can see clearly, price is currently rejecting here on the zone with mark. So we can clearly see on GBPJPY that this was our first zone. Price came here, rejected, it is rejected. So we are kind of seeing market trying to close. If we try to put this here, we're going to see market still reject, price still rejecting there. So this could be another psychological level, which is 184.00, right? 184.00. Good. Yeah, that's where we are currently. So we can see price actually rejecting this zone. So let's see if we get a breakout of this zone, right? So let's see if we can get a breakout of this zone. So if price fails to break out of that zone, then we will be seeing price maybe coming to retest back 183 or 18300 zone probably for this particular zone, probably before heading to the upside. So that's 183.00 level, just a little below. Good. So might be seeing price coming to test this level, then boom to the upside, right? So pay attention to this key zone. So what is our bias on GBPJPY this week? So we are waiting to see if price is going to break out of this zone. So 185, that is a whole 100 pips, right? This is our target on GBPJPY. Regardless, what might happen is we might still see price come back to retest this level, then it's a good zone for you to start looking for your buys on GBPJPY. So that is this is on the 4 hours, right? So on the 1 hour you might look forward to get your entry. So might get my entries on the 1 hour time frame, right? So I always look 4 hours and 1 hour for my entries on GBPJPY. So you can clearly see that we are in an uptrend. Uptrend still very clear. So if you take your trend line, you put it to the top here, what do you see? We are still very uptrend. So let's see how price react here, right? If we get a breakout of this zone, right? If we get a full closure of the 1 hour of this zone, then we are heading to 185. So pay attention to this zone. Price might still come tapping on this trend line. We have a first touch, second touch, and third touch might happen here. And pay attention to this minor psychological level 183,500. So it is in confluence with our trend line, right? So pay attention to this zone. Good. Pay attention to this zone. So you see how we do it from the daily time frame, weekly, daily. So we might have price come here, react here, and then shoot to the upside. So this is my expectation on GBPJPY. So regardless of what is going to happen, remember we have unemployment data and CPI and GDP. So pay attention to fundamentals as well. So make sure you apply proper risk management. So that is that for GBPJPY, what we are looking out for this week. Yeah, so we either see price coming here before getting our buys, right? Or we might see another way you can expect this market to move is for the market to just break out here, close above this zone, then a retest here, and then you should be your buy at once, right? So those are the two things you should be looking out for on GBPJPY, right? So let's move to our next pair, GBPUSD. USD, right? So GBPUSD, we caught this buy on Telegram. I shared it for free. We caught this buy here. So as I said, check the link in the bio to join. We caught this buy on GBPJPY on GBPUSD, which was quite good. That was about 94 pips. So that was a risk reward of what 1:6. Crazy, right? Immediately it's called a trade, you just went into profit. So now what are we looking at for on GBPUSD? As I said, we start on the weekly time frame. So looking at our weekly time frame, what can we see? We can see that yes, we are still quite bullish on GBPJPY, right? On GBPUSD. Sorry if I keep mentioning GBPJPY, because that's one of my favorite pairs I trade, right? So we can see that we are still quite bullish on GBPUSD. If you can put a trend line here, you see that we are still quite bullish, right? We are creating on higher highs. You can see we are now testing this low, right? So first thing, as I said, on the higher time frame, if you go to identify that we are still quite bullish, right? Overall, so next thing is to do is to mark out your levels, right? So this is the first level you can mark out here on the weekly time frame. You can see price are just rejected off this level, which is in confluence with this one. So where is price really heading to? If you can see, there is this level here where we are currently rejecting at. Next level we can look at is this one. Good, right? Still just mark it here, all the same. So when you're able to mark out this level, you currently know where you should be targeting, right? It's always good to have your levels, and this is what makes you to minimize the amount of trades you should take when you have your levels marked out already, right? So having this in mind, so we can now scale down to the daily time frame. So looking at our daily time frame, as I said, we can see price of the zone already, right? Price just rejected. We've been creating higher highs, higher lows, and so on, right? We are currently on this zone, right? You can see, so it's really relatively clear on the daily time frame for you for where to take your trades already, right? So you can see that right now we're waiting to see bullish confirmations here for me to do what, take my buys on the daily time. If you're looking at the daily time frame, just wait to see how price reacts here and then go for buys. If I'm looking for buys on GBPUSD, is a similar scenario, right? So but well, you can still see price break out of this zone, then we might be going to the downside. So it's always good to be flexible in the market, right? You don't have just a single bias in the market, right? So let's go down to the 4 hours. What we have for the 4 hours, let's try to refresh our chart. 4 hours, what can we see? We can see that price has really been intraday we are moving towards the downside. So if you put this trend line here, this is what we're going to have, right? So what do you expect on GG, right? What are we seeing on GBPUSD? Yeah, so we have some key levels here. So as I said, I'm waiting to see how price is going to off this zone, right? Waiting to see if I'm going to have some bullish confirmations like this kind of, then I will take my trades back to the upside, right? But regardless, if we get a breakout of this zone, then price might actually be heading back to this zone down here on the 4 hours, right? So it's important you look at these levels, and you should be very flexible in your trading when it comes to trading, right? To be very flexible in your trading. So these are key zones you should look out for. So as I said, if price fails to give me this pattern here, I'll just be patient to see, get a pattern here to buy to the upside, or price break out, and then I'll be taking a trade from this zone to buy as well. Regardless, be flexible, right? We have fundamentals, a lot of fundamentals coming out. So on GBPUSD, this is what we have. We are waiting to see price we out of this zone, give us bullish confirmation. You can see rejections here. You can see have a rejection, and then we are looking for buys, right? And if price fails and break out of this zone, then price is definitely heading to this zone, as we could see that from our daily time frame, right? Daily higher time frame will tell you better. So you can see that from your higher time frame where we are heading to. So it's always good to trade with the higher time frame, because higher time frame will give you a better scenario. So rejection here, heading back to the upside, right? A breakout of here, you know where we are heading to, 1.2500. That should be our next level. And breakout there, we're heading to this zone, right? So let's see how GBPUSD pass. So that is my bias on GBP or USD, right? So let's look at GBPCAD, one of my favorite as well. So GBPCAD, what we can see is, so just looking at the daily, no need to go to higher time frame. I've had the same bias on GBPCAD for a very long time. So my bias on GBPCAD is I'm waiting to see for price to break off this level, right? I had a very good trade on GBPCAD last week. I had a very pretty I think we had a trade on one. Let me see if 1 hour. We had a very good trade here. Took a buy, I think it was here. We took this buy straight to the upside. We got this buy, right? So as I said, if you're not in the group, try to join, right? So GBPCAD, we are still in a very bullish structure, so nothing changes. Yeah, so my expectation on GBPCAD, I'm still expecting price to move off to this zone. That is my overall bias on GBPCAD. So as you can see, we are currently rejecting off this zone, right? A breakout of this zone will bring us back to this trend line, and we can still be expecting to get buys from here, right? Still very bullish structure as we see. So we are currently breakout the retest, expecting to get more buys. So very clean on GBPCAD. So we try to go to a lower time frame, continue our top-down analysis. So we are waiting to see, we've been rejecting of this zone, waiting to see what significant breakout of this zone, right? Let's see how price can break out of this zone. So as I said, we just need to be patient, see how price need a clear breakout of this zone. So if we get a breakout of this zone, then we know our move to this upside is confirmed, right? So our move to this upside is confirmed, and the breakout of this zone down here means price is heading to this our channel line, back to this zone, because we've been ranging in this and we've been in this range for a period of time now. So pay attention to this range. On GBPCAD, it's quite simple. As I said, I'm waiting for a breakout here, then boom to the upside, right? Oh wow, getting my trade definitely on the 1 hour, right? So as you can see, this is already a setup preparing for me. So if I get my trend line here, can put the trend line this way, you can see price really. I'm just waiting to see get a touch here, then this might be my first trade on Monday, right? Price comes to touch on this trend line, and what they have here, I have a psychological level here, and I have my trend line here, and I'm more at the key support area, right? Getting a buy to the upside. But my main point is to see price take out this zone on the 4 hours time frame. Waiting to see how this zone can be taken out on the 4 hours time frame, this particular zone. So that's that on GBPCAD. So let's move to the next gold. Let's move on to gold. Yeah, gold is been trading quite well. I think so. Has some couple of very good setups on gold. And why do you see gold? Just looking at the 4 hours, I'm still quite bearish on gold, to be sincere. What I'm expecting is to see price take out 1930. My expectation is to see gold reaching to 1900. My expectation is 1900. You can see this is a recent low. So I had a very good let me see, moving to the higher time frame. I still see gold having potentials to the downside, right? A lot of potentials to the downside. So 1900 is the main target for me. So yeah, 1900 is a very good target for me, right? So we'll see how gold can react off the 1900 level. If I put this thing here, let's see 1900, trying to get the exact 1900. Yeah, my expectation is still go heading to 1900 this week, right? So you can see we are rejecting, we are still quite bullish, we are rejecting of this zone. So let's wait to see how price react there. But before then, we have to do a very key zone here. Pay attention to this particular zone, right? So we are bearish on gold. As I told you, I'm bullish on USD, US dollar itself. So expect me to my bias on gold to be bearish as well. So optimize this zone to this one here. Good, right? So a breakout of this zone, where do you expect price to head to, right? A breakout of this zone, you're expecting price to head to the downside, right? So waiting to see a breakout here, then taking our sales here finally to 1900, and there we can start looking for buys or more sales to the downside. So pay attention to gold, wait for gold to break out of 1930, then hold your sales 1906, 1900 finally, right? So that's a simple breakdown for this week. Not to keep this video too long. So this is what we are going to be expecting on gold. So you might have a push up to the upside again. So price might push up to somewhere here. Never mind, price push up to somewhere here. You can be getting your entries here. But regardless, looking at structure currently, where do you think price is going to be? So you can be looking at getting an entry somewhere here. This is a recent breakout. So start looking for an entry somewhere here. Price might push up this way, and boom, take your shot. And if you're taking your trade here, where do you put your stop loss? Definitely the recent high. So your stop loss will be somewhere here. Scale 5. Your target should be somewhere down here. So 1:2, 1:3. 1:2 is still fine. 1:2 will be somewhere here. And 1:3 will be somewhere here. So this is what you could be targeting on gold for this week, right? Testing here, then break out to the downside. So that's that for this week. We are going to stop the video here. So as I said, check the link of it. I'm going to be giving updates on these trades on the Telegram channel. Check the link in the bio, and feel free to comment, ask any question, and also share this video. Thank you so much. See you next week. Peace out.